Welcome back. We are now hearing that Ripple has released the XRP roadmap for 2025 and beyond. This, as we're hearing that the President of the United States, Donald Trump, has announced that he wants XRP in the strategic crypto reserve. Is this all going to happen? Is it not? Well, let's understand what XRP is doing, what the new world of decentralized finance on XRP will look like. Because remember, right now, when I'm recording this in the beginning of 2025, XRP is and has only really been used as a kind of payments corridor around the world to make transacting between, two individuals or two companies or whatever in between different nations much cheaper and faster than going to like a Western Union or a check cashing type place that has very high fees. And basically, this is a way to bank the unbanked in different parts of the world. And that's really what XRP and XRP's ledger has been used for historically. We know traditional banks here in the US and Europe are not necessarily using Ripple or XRP, but there are banks and traditional financial institutions around the world that are using it. And so at the basically, beginning of 2025, the XRP team unveiled a roadmap for institutional DeFi expansion and new tokenization features, something that Ripple and XRP have not yet had. And so today we're going to kind of understand what this looks like. We're going to read through the actual roadmap, and then we're going to kind of discuss where is the future, what does the future hold, what is the price movements going to be for Ripple and XRP in the future. And don't forget to do me a favor and give this video a free thumbs up. Also hit the subscribe button. We upload on a regular basis to this channel to bring you the latest happening in the financial world. Nothing I say is financial advice. Do your own research. Now, with that said, Ripple Labs is working to expand XRP Ledger's DeFi capabilities with a clear roadmap. A key part of the roadmap is the addition of decentralized identity, or DIDs, and create credential-based verification, allowing for permissioned exchanges and decentralized markets that meet regulatory standards. This is designed to enable financial institutions to participate securely in decentralized space while ensuring compliance with regulations. Ripple is also focusing on tokenization through the XRP ledger, enabling real-world assets to be traded on the blockchain. Now, we've talked about this before. Coinbase is actually already doing this. There are specific condos around the United States that have tokenized the ownership. And so Coinbase custody actually holds the, keys to these rights. And, if you own the home, you own that key. And then if you sell it, the key or the real world asset, the tokenized title, I guess you would call it, or legal document that shows that you own that specific condo, that gets transferred to the new owner. And so this has been under testing for many years now. We've covered this dating back, I think, to the last bear market in 2018, 2019. Multi-purpose tokens are being developed by Ripple to represent various financial products such as bonds or structured assets and provide more flexibility than traditional tokens. The platform's goal is to bridge traditional finance and blockchain, offering a way to tokenize and trade assets with ease. A significant part of Ripple's strategy includes the development of a permissioned DEX where tokenized real-world assets can be traded. This exchange will utilize XRP's ledger's decentralized identifiers, or DIDs, to integrate compliance checks into smart contracts, ensuring all participants meet regulatory requirements. Along with a credit-based DeFi lending protocol, these initiatives aim to position the XRP ledger as a secure, scalable platform for institutional use in decentralized markets. And so they're also talking about programmability and really just kind of expand what Ripple can already do. And so to many people in the XRP ecosystem and community, this is very good news because this kind of adds some credence to the moves that we've seen in the price of XRP, and understanding that XRP is now that we've kind of cleared the SEC hurdles, most likely, right? The SEC has dropped cases pretty much against all their crypto-related companies and protocols that we've seen. And just really the regulatory environment in the US is becoming more open to these blockchains and decentralized finance integration. And so this is straight from Ripple's website, where they talk about what is live on the XRP ledger and what they're going to be doing in this year and the future. So XRP has made huge strides in enhancing liquidity, improving price transparency, and introducing new compliance tools to better cater the needs of institutions. Again, this is direct from Ripple. While this blog highlights several of the newest features that are live on the XRP ledger, they build upon core functionalities that have been supporting financial use cases with XRP for over a decade. The move towards a more automated and integrated system within XRP's native DEX is designed to facilitate greater institutional participation by ensuring constant liquidity and minimal slippage. Meanwhile, in the payment side, one of Ledger's first native capabilities for Ripple continues to facilitate fast, low-cost global transactions with additional payment primitives like payment channels for scalable micropayments, checks for deferred settlement, and escrows for conditional transfers. These are just some of the long-standing features that, combined with the recent innovations, make XRPL, or XRP's ledger, one of the most mature and robust blockchains for institutional DeFi, with over 2.8 billion transactions having already been processed to date. XRPL continues to move from strength to strength. And by the way, while you're watching this video, let me know down below, what are you most excited about for XRP to launch? How long have you been holding XRP? And also, kind of curious, like, what percentage of your portfolio is XRP? And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give the video a free thumbs up. So yeah, I'm really interested in that because, during the 2020 cycle, we did not really see a lot of excitement about XRP. A lot of this could be due to the SEC suit that they had, and kind of goes into my theory that the price has been highly suppressed, and this recent price move from about 50 cents to $2 or $3, right, a 7x basically overnight, that this move could have been just the repricing and XRP getting to where it should have been during and after the previous cycle. But now we kind of are post, Gary Gensler SEC. And so I think that's just the kind of the repricing. I don't even think that XRP has moved with the advancement of the technology and revaluation for some of the technologies that have been released more recently. And so let's kind of get into those. Order book DEX extensions, automated market makers. So XRPL's automated market makers, or AMMs, built on the XRP's XLS30 standard, introduces protocol level liquidity for tokenized assets, stablecoins, and real world assets. Unlike traditional AMMs, XRPL's version integrates directly with the native order book based, which is, they call it CLOB based DEX, and enables price optimization to determine whether swapping within a liquidity pool through the order book or both provides the best rate and executes accordingly. Its continuous auction mechanism mitigates impermanent loss, making liquidity provisions more appealing to institutional players. And Ripple has a billion XRP liquidity every single month. So I wonder if that helps as well. Maybe not. Anyway, they said thanks to AMM clawback, all key tokens, including Ripple's USD, which is the RLUSD stablecoin, can fully leverage the network's AMM liquidity pools by enabling issuers to claw back funds from a trust line in specific circumstances like a lost account access or malicious activity. This amendment satisfies crucial regulatory requirements for fraud prevention and transaction reversals. Well. And that's important, guys. Even the decentralized chains, right? Those may not be able to necessarily claw back, right? But pretty much every protocol out there will just blacklist a specific address, right, from sending or receiving coins. So yeah, whenever you have a stable coin that's going to be backed by the actual dollar and is going to be regulated, aka more safe, there has to be a clawback feature. There has to be a way to freeze and seize, as they call it. And that's whether people like it or not. I mean, I think it's creates a little bit of safety. They don't do it on a regular basis, but in certain circumstances they do. And I think it's important that they have that access. So then they talk a little bit about decentralized identity DIDs. So now that XLS 40 standard is live, institutions and developers can create and manage decentralized identifiers directly on the ledger. This feature enables self-sovereign identity. And we talked a lot about this in the last cycle. So it's interesting that they're just kind of implementing this now, but this feature enables self-sovereign identity, allowing users to establish verifiable identities without relying on centralized intermediaries. By leveraging these so-called DIDs, institutions can enhance security, privacy, and compliance while maintaining decentralization. This lays the groundwork for permissioned access to financial markets, identity verification for tokenized real-world assets, and broader institutional adoption of DeFi. Price oracles, they talk about real-time and accurate price feeds are critical for institutional DeFi, especially when dealing with tokenized assets and cross-chain transactions. To meet this need, the XRPL integrates protocol-native oracles, providing a built-in mechanism for bringing off-chain data on-chain. Because these oracles are embedded directly in the XRPL, much like its native AMM, they avoid reliance on separate third-party layers, ensuring more efficient and trustworthy data flows. Providers like the Band Protocol and DIA are already live on the XRPL mainnet. That's interesting because XRP was listed on Coinbase very quick, and the Band Protocol, I believe, was listed immediately as well. I think it was the Band Protocol. Maybe I'm thinking about a different coin. But anyway, this is essential for institutions, given that much of the data required still resides in legacy Web 2 systems, right? So these protocols are plugged in to then go off-chain and bring info on-chain. And remember, if you're up to this part in the video, don't forget to give the video a free thumbs up, especially if you like talking and learning about XRP and the Ripple ecosystem. We can definitely do more of these videos. If you want, let me know down below in the comments. And so what's coming to the XRP ledger? What's next? Well, expanded compliance features, institutional lending, and programmability. Now, everything I hear in this title basically lets me know institutional adoption, high level integrations, big money, right? This is not retail traders doing meme coins anymore, guys. This is big stuff. This is bank level integrations around the world with regulated products utilizing Ripple's XRPL and potentially moving the price of their coin much, much, much higher over the course of time as adoption continues to increase and integrations in these traditional and legacy systems continue to advance. But right now, XRPL is evolving with new features that bring greater compliance functions, more lending, and more ways to build on-chain financial products. These changes will enable institutions to meet regulatory requirements, offer lending options, and give developers more flexibility to build and deploy financial applications. So in Q1, they're talking about the liquidity pool token freeze. I think we already talked about that. The deep freeze, simulate transactions and permissioned domains. Q2 for 2025, which is coming up in April, they're talking about the token escrow. Do they have anything about that on here? Because I'm very interested in the escrow. Yeah, I don't see any escrow combo. So we're going to come back to that potentially in a future video. Account permissions, batch transactions, and permissioned DEX. Maybe this is so users can escrow tokens. That would be interesting. But I also want them to talk about the XRP escrow, right? The Ripple escrow that they get 1 billion coins a month. Anyway, in Q3, they're talking about a single asset vault, lending protocols, and MPT DEX integration. And then Q4 is to be announced. Now, I think part of the situation is that Ripple is refocusing what they're doing because of where the election ended up. And the reason I bring up elections is because at the end of the day, that determined what the future of crypto was going to be. If we continue to have Gary Gensler at the SEC, Ripple would not be doing any of this, right? They wouldn't be doing any of this. And so now that we have a crypto-friendly regulatory environment, crypto-friendly administration, crypto-friendly treasury, this is all very positive, and Ripple probably like, oh shit, like we need to get rolling like now, and this is extremely exciting because everything that the Ripple ecosystem, the XRP army has been talking about for years is literally Here, it's here. I mean, guys, if you go back to when like the 2017 cycle, the 2020 cycle, like XRP Army, like OGs, they were like, no, 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 no. This is going to be the world's coin. This is going to be used by banks all over the world. And you'd have questions like, is it really? That's what they say about all these coins. But Ripple is doing it. Like they're doing it. And now they have even more of a reason to succeed because they don't have anything holding them back. They don't have the SEC wasting $200 million in legal fees, right, from them. And so here's more stuff on the building on the decentralized identities. We're not going to talk about that again. I think you guys kind of get it, right? Multi-purpose tokens, a new standard for tokenizing assets. So traditional financial instruments such as stocks, bonds, and other securities possess intricate data requirements that can be challenging to represent on-chain as fungible tokens. It says here, for instance, two bonds may be identical in all their regards except their expiry dates, which is a critical detail and makes it inappropriate to present both as equivalent. To solve this, the XRPL developer community introduced multi-purpose tokens, or MPTs, which bridge the gap between fungible and non-fungible tokens. They're akin to semi-fungible tokens whereby key associated metadata can be attached. This provides them with more flexibility than fungible tokens while they're not truly unique, such as with NFTs. Currently undergoing validator voting, MPT introduces a more flexible, efficient, and metadata-rich token standard that allows institutions to tokenize and trade bonds, real-world assets, and structured financial products with enhanced functionality. And then they also talk about the XRP lending protocol. Now, this is really big because on-chain lending was basically ended by the previous SEC, right? They did have lending. They had collateral-based lending. Some of that was because of the BlockFi, FTX, Celsius, all those crypto exchanges that collapsed in the last cycle. It was all because of over leverage and lending and borrowing from each other. They were all basically lending and borrowing in a circle. So they were lending and borrowing the same money over and over and over and over and over. And that creates a problem because nobody's actually building anything that's making money. So they just keep borrowing from each other. Anyway, now that there is a new SEC, it appears that they're going to be pushing this kind of on-chain collateralized lending more than traditional type lending, right? You have the actual asset, you give them the asset, you borrow the money, you pay it back, or you get liquidated, right? The XRP Ledger native lending protocol adds a pivotal dimension to XRPL's DeFi capabilities. This proposed amendment will enable crypto native businesses to integrate lending with Ripple payments, DEXs, real world assets, and stablecoins using a default RLUSD vault, that's their new stablecoin vault, to reduce liquidity fragmentation and AMM for seamless FX swaps. This will also look to streamline asset allocation and fund admin for crypto native managers with automated returns, real-time valuations, diversified strategies, and compliant execution via real-world assets and on-chain KYC. Institutional DeFi requires robust, scalable, and secure financial products. The XRP Ledger native lending protocol addresses these needs by providing a decentralized protocol-native solution for lending that reduces reliance on intermediaries, enhances transparency, and offers a higher degree of security. The lending protocol specs will allow for the pooling of assets represented by vault shares with optional permission domain access. While this standard will introduce on-ledger fixed-term uncollateralized lending with off-chain underwriting and first loss capital protection, allowing financial institutions to issue credit and manage risk directly on the blockchain. You can expect these to undergo voting in Q2 of 2025. So even if you don't know what all of that exactly means, guys, big money, borrowing and lending. Like this is where the real value is going to come from with the use of this. And being that we know that Ripple has been building relationships around the world with financial institutions, I don't even think that they're really talking about utilizing this in the US. I think about they're talking about utilizing this around the world. And so all that those unbanked people now being banked by Ripple and Ripple's ledger. Huge growth potential. Huge growth potential. And also, as announced previously, Ripple, in collaboration with the community, is committed to bringing permissionless programmability to the XRPL. Programmability on the XRPL offers an opportunity to seamlessly connect its powerful native building blocks with the flexibility of custom on-chain business logic. This vision focuses on preserving what makes the XRPL special: its efficiency, reliability, and simplicity, while empowering builders to unlock new possibilities. This goal requires a measured approach with careful steps that ensure the robustness of the network. So they talk about native programmability, the timeline towards this development. Look here. You can look at the screen and pause it there. They talk about an EVM sidechain, right? Connecting XRPL to Ethereum, bridging XRP finally to smart contracts, to the entire DeFi ecosystem on Ethereum. Big difference, guys. If you look, there's only a few coins that were not interoperated with Ethereum during the last cycle or even today. XRP, Dogecoin, and Cardano. These are the top 15 that are not bridged. Dogecoin, I'm sure there could be a bridge, but I don't know that there needs to be right now. Cardano, don't know why they're still not bridged. And XRP, now they're going to have an EVM so that you can unlock all of that access and all of that DeFi, all that institutional money globally, not only to XRP, but also exposing XRP ecosystem to the Ethereum ecosystem. Huge stuff, guys. So, yeah, I mean, this is basically their roadmap. Is it as in-depth as we would have anticipated? Probably not. But like I said, guys, I think a piece of this is Ripple, like, oh shit, like, we can go now. We can build. We can expand. They've been held back for so many years from growing. I mean, imagine they were given this kind of green light to expand and grow and build 5 years ago, where Ripple would be today, you know? And so I do think that there's kind of like this time frame that they're like, oh shit, like we have to start paying people. We have to start like giving direction to where we need this ecosystem to collectively get towards. And I would imagine that we'll see more as more people kind of get involved. I mean, any of the early Ripple holders who are still holding, like, they should be funding some of this development in the Ripple ecosystem, because this is really going to drive the token price higher. And so this brings us to the question, like, where are we going to be with XRP? Again, based on my analysis, and I'm not an XRP trader, I'm not like running in to buy XRP, especially at these prices, but, you know, like I said, this recent run up that we saw, you know, in the last few months at the beginning of 2020, end of 2024 into 2025, where we essentially went from 50 cents to $3.25, so almost a 7.5x. This, I believe, was a repricing because of all the suppression XRP has had from the last, SEC and regulatory environment. I think that XRP was not able to achieve what it could achieve during the last cycle, and that's why a lot of people were not investing in it. But I think this was a repricing. And I think that Ripple and XRP still has a ways to go, and I think there's going to be a lot more exciting stuff happening in 2025, hopefully. But as I always say, like, I don't know exactly where the prices are going to go. I just kind of give you guys my assessment. But if this jump in the last 6 months was just a repricing to where XRP should be, during the next pump, we could potentially get to $10 XRP, $15 XRP. Now, a $10 XRP would bring us to $1 trillion market cap. Is that realistic? Is that possible? I don't know. You have to make that decision. Let me know what you think down below in the comments while you're down there. Give the video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you when I see you. As always, crypto on.